Alors, un autre lauréat, this evening's final laureate of the Lifetime Artistic Achievement Award, Monsieur Paul Thompson. Auteur, metteur en scène, producteur farouchement indépendant, cofondateur et ancien directeur artistique du théâtre Passe-Muraille de Toronto et ex-directeur général de l'École nationale de théâtre du Canada, Paul Thompson est un pionnier de la création collective dans laquelle les pièces sont développées par les comédiens eux-mêmes à partir de leurs propres expériences et d'improvisation. He has directed across the country and around the world. He has brought over 200 original productions of the stage to the stage, mentored several generations of Canadian theatre artists, and helped establish such influential theatre companies as Newfoundland and Labrador's Codco, Saskatoon's 25th Street Theatre, and Toronto's Nightwood Theatre. Former Codco member Mary Walsh has described him as the godfather of real homework, thrilling, hand-hewed Canadian knock your socks off theatre. That's a hard one. As a director and producer, he continues to champion emerging companies and lead the way in bringing the stories of ordinary and extraordinary Canadians to the stage. Vos Excellences, Monsieur Paul Thompson.
Your Excellencies, mathematicians, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow laureates. I must confess, I have a strange presentiment at this moment, a kind of confusion. Here I am being celebrated for my outspoken and often outrageously contrary stage productions, and I'm trying to fit in. Look at me, huh? Polite, nice suit, reasonably trimmed beard. I can't help myself from the desire to do well, to belong. It's very confusing. And what a contradiction that makes with every one of my creative impulses. For the confession I have to make to you is that with every important project that I have undertaken, in order to find the heart or the soul of its story, I have ended up breaking all the rules in the book. And upon more than one occasion, breaking the law of the land. Now, that doesn't mean that you make a play by crossing on a red light. I think it's much more complicated than that, and it's sort of deeply embedded in a kind of confusion of myself. Because I tried some shows not breaking the rules, and they were terrible. I don't think I would make a portrait artist of any kind. So eventually it became clear to me that there was something rebellious about the very act of making art. That maybe we are a country of perpetual opposition. That the only way to compete with or accommodate ourselves to our fierce landscapes is to shout loud enough to be heard and noticed. Thank you for noticing me with this extraordinary honor. Now, in my case, it is clear that it is a collective honor, for all my work is with collectives of amazing colleagues. And if they don't make discoveries, the play doesn't work. But I want to take that concept one step further. By honoring this kind of work, we are engaging in a commitment to the next generation of theater explorers, the emerging companies. To mark this, I wish to single out a colleague, Christopher Morris, and his company, Human Cargo. I will be supporting such groups with part of my award. Now, presently, Chris has a play called Night that is doing very well and is easy to love. But I assure you that soon he will again be breaking the rules and making himself difficult to love. And there are more exciting young companies. This is the work that we must cheer on. In French, they have a great word for them, la relève. Vive la relève. And I cannot finish without a special thanks to my Quebec colleagues. J'ai eu la chance d'apprendre mon français un peu plus tard dans ma formation. Comme résultat, c'était très facile à décerner que j'avais poussé un deuxième moi. Un moi plus audacieux et plus engagé. I want to thank Quebec for my second me, pour mon éducation sentimentale et politique. It has served me very, very well. When we lived in Montreal, Anne and I used to love an event called the Tour de l'Île, a 50-kilometer bicycle ride around the island of Montreal with some 25,000 participants. But all along the route, perhaps some 100,000 people were shouting from their porches and their balconies, "Ne lâche pas!" May this be the motto for support of Chris and his various fellow troops of theater. Ne lâche pas!